Hi, this is Brad Oaster, and today I'd like to talk to you about real estate development as it relates to churches and what to do after you've bought your property, but before you go to the planning department at your city or your county and start the development process. You want to find out everything that you can about that land before the city knows you intend to develop it. Here's an example. I was hired by my friends Dick and Carla Bernal in San Jose, California to help Jubilee Christian Center find 10 acres in the San Jose area because they'd outgrown the facility they were in. They needed permanent property. So we found 10 acres, we set the arrangements together, we bought it, we did all of our due diligence, we did soils reports and everything to know exactly what we're looking at. But once we got the property, I was out walking it one day with Dick Bernal and a little furry critter stuck his head up. It's called a burrowing owl. Well, burrowing owls, although they're very cute, they are a royal pain because they're endangered. So I went to another developer who had just finished a project literally adjacent to Jubilee's land, and I asked him, I said, as you went through the development process, what are the hurdles and the unexpected things that you ran into that maybe I can learn from your experience and we could avoid? The burrowing owls turned out to be a huge problem. As soon as he went to the planning department, they sent their specialist, environmentalist, out to identify the burrowing owls. They had to study the owls for a year. This is all part of what's called an EIR, or an environmental impact report. You want to avoid that if you can. So they studied the owls for a year to determine what are their mating habits. I don't want to get into the details of the mating habits of an owl, but apparently that's important to somebody. So then they had to trap them at the right time of the year so it didn't disrupt their mating habits, and relocate them somewhere else. And I said, well, where'd you relocate them? They said, oh, that property right over there just happened to be the property we bought. So before I went to the city, I went to Dick and Carla, talked about the burrowing owls, and I said, we need to stop mowing the grass on the field. I want that grass to grow as high as my waist. And the reason I wanted that is because if you do that, if you don't mow the ground, the fire department will come out and they'll give you what's called a weed abatement citation. It's basically, it's like a driving ticket or traffic ticket, only the fire department can issue this. They gave us 48 hours. They said, we need you to disc that property. Get rid of that, because all they see is fire, right? Everything's fuel for fire. So we need to get rid of all that grass. So with their weed abatement citation in hand, we went out and we disced all 10 acres. We plowed that and plowed that and plowed. Now I'm not mean to little furry critters, right? I mean, I did this in the evening when they're out hunting, so we didn't kill any burrowing owls. But we did wipe out their homes. So we graded that. We brought in what's called a sheep's foot. It's a highway compactor, and we ran that thing all night long until the next morning you couldn't drive a nail in that ground. It was so hard. Then I went to the planning department, told them what we want to do, and they said, oh, I think that's a habitat for burrowing owls. That might require an environmental impact report, which means years of delays and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I said, well, gosh, if there's any out there, I sure want to know, so why don't you come check it out? So they came out, and guess what? Not one burrowing owl on our property. We developed that property in record time. We saved the church hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, that church runs thousands of people. Dick Bernal's making it hard to get the help from San Jose, and we're glad to be a part of it. If you need help developing your property, if I can share some of my experience and wisdom with you, give me a call, 719-439-3019.